focus. Most brokers
Uh-huh.
super focused on that sales funnel, but less so on the talent funnel. We believe the talent funnel is equally, if not more important, because when you get a buyer or seller, you might sell them another house every 7 years or so. But with producing agents, you got that recurring monthly income. So Broker Kit was designed specifically to help brokers scale their teams, unlike other real estate CRMs that were designed to help agents sell homes. So key distinction. So this is the today view. So think of this as everything that's on your agenda for the day. So upcoming appointments, new leads, tasks that are due for the day. Then also you'll get an email every day showing you exactly what's on this page, so you know what you need to do to hit your goals. First, we'll talk about how to find those ideal agents for your brokerage. So there's 5, types of, lists that brokers will typically prospect into for agents. So one is that MLS agent data. So your broker metrics, market view broker, Realytics. 2 is co-op agents. So those agents on the other side of your transaction, you can export those out of your transaction management software and import those into BrokerKit. You guys are in Canada, so your data source is a little bit different there. So you guys may have RE datum, or you may be able to pull your data out of your MLS. Do you guys have an MLS, a way to get agent data out of your MLS?
Sure, we have it now.
We're not sure. We never did it, so we don't know.
Yeah, I can't. In the US, there's companies that make it easier to pull that data out, and you can see performance numbers. So like number of transactions, dollar volume, that kind of thing. Canada's a little bit different, so you might need to do a little research into that piece of it. So yeah, co-op agents is the second one. Third one is, if you're looking for newer agents, then you can, get lists from real estate schools or new licensees from your local, kind of government sometimes. And then also sometimes brokerages have good luck with getting data from, holding events, that kind of thing. So going into our data page, these sources are for US data companies. So we have a template, so you can load wherever you get that data, you can export a CSV file and then load it into our system. And then there's 3 types of inbound lead sources. So referrals, landing pages, and integrations. So first, let's talk about referrals. So we have a whole referral system built into BrokerKit. So at no additional cost, all of your agents will be able to log into this one part of the system and refer a candidate. They can also log back in later and check on the status of the people they referred. So if you have an incentive program, you can track that through here. Also, this is a lot better than someone handing you a Post-it note with a cell phone number on it, because once this is filled out, it's going to load right into the new lead section in BrokerKit. So you can give them a call right away. Hold on just a second here.
David, we have some presenter come in. Is it possible we start with you 30 minutes later?
How many minutes?
Like when it's convenient for you. We can do like 1 o'clock, we can do 12:30, maybe 1 is better.
Yeah, I could do like 12:45.
Okay, perfect. We will be here.
Okay, great. So I'll jump on this same link at 12:45 then.
Yes.
See you later. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you, David.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Алло, Олеся, да, ушел он. Видишь, как они записывают агентов, поэтому...
Get that. I think Data might be a company that does that in Canada. So there may be, I think that RE Datum, perhaps.
Can you text it in the chat?
Yes, and I think that, let me just Google that real quick. And then also, and you might, depending on your MLS, you might be able to pull the data directly out of the MLS. The US MLSs are it's pretty time consuming and cumbersome to do that. But hold on a second. And if that's, let's see here. Yeah, I'll look that up later because I'm not remembering the exact thing. I think it's RE Datum. So yeah, we've got customized importers for the US ones. For any leads that you guys would have, we've got a template, so you can just download our template, load that data into the system. It's pretty easy to do. For your first 30 days, we'll load your data for you. Does anyone have a question? Okay, sorry, I heard a sound. So for your first 30 days, you can email us over the data you've got in a CSV file, and we'll load that in for you. Co-op agents is another great lead source. So you can export your co-op agents from your transaction management software, and then we'll load that into BrokerKit. We have a whole campaign just for those. Sometimes brokerages get lists of new agents, so those can be good sources as well. So you can load that in again through our template. And then we have 3 primary inbound lead sources. So referrals, landing pages, and integrations. So first, let's talk about referrals. So we have a whole referral system built into BrokerKit. So at no additional cost, all of your agents will be able to log into this one part of the system and refer a candidate. They can also log back in later and check on the status of the people they referred. So if you have an incentive program, you can track that through here. Also, this is a lot better than someone giving you a Post-it note with a cell phone number on it, because once this is filled out, it's going to load right into your new lead section. So you can give them a call right away. You can select them and add them to a smart campaign, so nothing falls through the cracks. We also give you landing pages. So we've got a primary landing page for the brokerage, and you can customize this with your branding and your videos and your content. And so these are helpful for use on broker and agent websites. You can add them to your email signatures, post to social media pages, point Facebook or Google ads to them, link to them from job postings. You'll have a primary landing page for the brokerage, and then all of your users and all of your agents will have their own landing page where they're designated as the referrer on those leads. And again, once this is filled out, it's going to load right into your new lead section, so you can get right to work on those leads as well. We also can integrate with anything on Zapier if you're familiar with it. So some examples would be like Wise Hire, Wright Brothers, Third Pool, Smart Setter. So any of those you can zap right into BrokerKit. And then going back to that MLS data, we've got advanced search options. So if you can pull the data with the production information, then you can sort by production values. Our customer success team will help you set those parameters for your market. You can also search by specific production, so dollar volume or units. So let's say you want to talk to agents that are doing 6 to 12 transactions in the last 12 months, then those agents will populate down here. And then you can bulk select, and you can send out personalized messaging. So bulk email. We have smart campaigns built into the system that are excellent. We'll talk about those in just a moment. You can add a task like a phone call or a text message. Also, BrokerKit is tracking engagement, so email clicks and opens, text replies, so you can prioritize your recruiting by who's engaging with you first. Also, another great way to use this is you can track who's clicked through your videos and watch them and use that as a call list. Next, so let's see here. So that covers how to, take your inbound and outbound lead sources and filter them down to that ideal agent to target. Can you guys see yourself using those features to find those ideal agents?
Yes, we just need to clarify what kind of, I guess for us ideal agents, we also have strata license, so it's almost impossible to find agencies that hold all 3 licenses. Usually it's 2.
Okay.
So for those kind of agents, we're really a good choice because they can keep all 3 licenses active with us. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, great. So next, let's talk about how to land those ideal agents. So to do that, we'll help you automate your outreach and follow-up. So first, we'll talk about one-on-one outreach, and then we'll talk about the smart campaigns. So going into a contact, all of your means of communication are built into BrokerKit. So email, those will look like they're going through your Gmail account, but they'll be going through our servers. We have a click to call feature, and it can record your calls for you if you'd like. We have 2-way integrated text messaging. So when you text out a BrokerKit and they reply, it'll come back into BrokerKit, but it'll also go to your cell phone. So if you have a whole text, thread on your phone, it'll log into BrokerKit for future reference. You can set appointments, and those will go right onto your Google Calendar. Once you have that one-on-one appointment, you can log it, put your notes, and then you can rate the candidate based on urgency. And we have a whole pipeline report you can use to follow up with those folks.
Oh, okay.
And then
how do you propose? Can you show one more time? Ratings.
Oh, yeah. So joining this month, joining next month, good meeting, blah, blah, blah. So there's several different things in there that you can do.
Uh-huh.
And then, yeah, I'll show you the report that you can use to follow up in a moment. When
Mhm.
you're calling out a broker kit, you'll get a broker kit phone number and you'll get to choose a local area code. So
Uh-huh.
it'll look like it's coming from your broker kit phone number, and then you'll forward it into your cell phone. So when they call you, it'll go right to your cell. When they text reply, it'll go to your cell phone too, so you can have those conversations and have them load. There's been a huge change with the cell phone carriers in the last year. So you have to be verified for texting now. We've done all the heavy lifting to get the business profile and everything. So we'll get your W-9 and get everything loaded in here for you. And it'll show you right here in the system that you're approved. So this
Mhm.
is the first thing we'll do, because this takes a week and a half to get that set up for approval. So
Mhm.
all of that to say, we're paying a lot of attention to what's going on the back end as far as text and email deliverability, as well as having a great user interface and campaigns and everything.
Mhm.
Going back into the contact, on the side panel here, you'll have the personal details. You'll also have that recruiting data. So if you can pull it from your MLS or some source, you'll be able to see that last 12 months production, units, that kind of thing. So that'll be right at your fingertips. We also have a look up social profiles button. So you can click this button and it'll pull in their LinkedIn and Twitter and whatever social profiles they have as well.
Mhm.
Also, we have video built into BrokerKit. So in the email, you can click on that video button and you can shoot video right here in the system. You can also load videos if you have videos you've created elsewhere. And then also you'll have a library of the videos that you've created to choose from. So you can select the one you want, insert into the email, and then this link can be a still photo or it can be a 3-second GIF like this. It looks like you're talking with them. So response rates with video are a lot higher than just plain text. Also,
Yeah.
you can send videos through your text messages as well. So that's also
Mhm.
a new feature we've got. Also, we've got AI Assist. So have you guys played with the Chat GPT much yet?
Mhm.
Yeah, we little bit like our Oleg use it all the time. Yeah, his production increased like 5 times since it's
Yeah. Great. So GPT-3 is the free version. What we have built into BrokerKit is the OpenAI GPT-4. It's usually $20 a user per month, and we've got it built in. And then we've trained it so it knows that you're a real estate broker trying to recruit real estate agents. And then we've got a bunch of prompts in here that you can start with, and then you can go from here and customize these prompts, like put your brokerage name, put the brokerage name of the agent you're trying to recruit. The AI has ingested everything in the internet about you and your competition. So it'll write that content with that, the value propositions in mind. It's also automatically putting the variables in. So first name, company name, all of that. So this is
Mhm.
my favorite new feature. Super easy to create content for emails or text messages or landing pages. So awesome. Um, and then also sometimes you're talking to somebody, you've got great rapport with them, and then they just disappear for 9 months, and then they call you back and say they want to join. So with BrokerKit, since everything's in one place, you can jump in here and be up to speed in 5 minutes on everything you talked to them about in the past. So that's very cool as well. Also,
And how much is your? You go. It's in the end. Okay.
yeah, we'll talk about pricing at the end. So
Yeah.
next, let's talk about the smart campaigns. So this is worth the price of admission, in my opinion, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel writing content. If you have campaigns that you guys like, you can compose from scratch and get your campaigns in here easily. But we also have a whole campaign library that we've created with a lot of care that's proven to convert. So I'm going to highlight this co-op agent campaign. So with
We have FUB. So are you kind of integrated with it?
FUB,
We have follow-up boss. Yes.
a follow-up boss. Okay. Yeah, so you would use this instead of Follow Up Boss for your recruiting effort.
Yeah.
Everybody, all brokerages have a sales CRM like Follow Up Boss, but this is, for the recruiting specifically. One, it helps to have a separate set of data that's just people you're trying to recruit and not mixing with buyers and sellers. But also, as you can see, we've designed this specifically for this task. So to get your Follow Up Boss customized to do what we've already created would take you a lot of time. So with prospecting, everybody has a preference as to how they communicate. The problem is you don't know what their preferences are. So these campaigns are hitting them in all four means of communication. So email, text, phone, and social. So jumping in here, these are designed to look like you wrote it to them personally. So plain text, our team spoke highly of you. The goal is always getting that face-to-face appointment. So emails, text messages, phone calls. We have phone scripts built in here, or you can add your own. In the case of like a social media touch, we've got verbiage that you can copy and paste to connect with them on LinkedIn as well. Also, with that AI assist, if you're recruiting agents that speak another language, you can use it as a translator as well.
Oh, cool.
Also, the pacing is built in. So how many days between each of these touches, and then also the length of the campaigns. So what the research shows is most appointments are set between 8 and 12 touches. The problem is most real estate brokerages don't get that far. So these campaigns are 15 touches long. Half of those touches are automated for you. So the emails and texts are going to go out automatically. And then we also have campaign triggers. If a lead comes into a landing page or a Facebook ad, you can have it set to automatically trigger the appropriate campaign. And then how this translates into workflow is you'll load data into the system. You'll trigger campaigns for each person that's recruiting. Once that campaign gets to the phone call or the social media touch, it's going to put a task in the system. So I've had a lot of brokers tell me, you know, we're super busy. Once we do sit down to recruit, we're looking in 2 or 3 different systems, and it takes us 15 or 20 minutes for we pick up the phone. So with Broker Kit, you just sit down and work your tasks and you get right to work. So that's really helpful as well. We also have a couple of reports. So we have the pipeline report. So this, if you can get that last 12 months production from your MLS, that'll be there. You're ranking those candidates when you have that face-to-face appointment, so you can follow it based on that urgency, and you can sort that pipeline based on team members, so you can see each team member's pipeline.
And you also do onboarding and retention, yes?
Yes. Yeah, we'll get into that in the next section here. We also have activity dashboard. So this is going to show you how many tasks you completed, emails sent, calls logged, text messages sent, how many prospects contact was actually made with, number of appointments that were set, number of appointments that actually showed up, that's logged, and then new hires. So you can see exactly what you're doing there. Also, Broker Kit is mobile friendly, so you can log in from your phone or your tablet when you're on the go.
Yeah.
So that covers how to land those ideal agents, leveraging our system for outreach and follow-up. What do you think the impact would be on your business being able to systematize and automate your recruiting in this way?
Yeah, for us also important once we recruit them, so we have resources to onboard them properly.
Onboarding and retention is important. Yes, let's do that. Let's go into that section now. So let's talk about how to help your agents be successful and retain them. So the key to retaining new agents is getting them onboarded efficiently, coaching them, and keeping them engaged. And so Broker Kit will help here with automating your onboarding and communications to drive that engagement and to facilitate your coaching efforts. So once you sign a recruit, they're going to move from recruiting into retention and into the onboarding queue to manage. And if you have a team that's handling your onboarding tasks, you can automatically assign those tasks to your onboarding people. We've also got an onboarding or campaign triggers for your agents. So Broker Kit will automatically send out messaging on their anniversary dates, their birthdays, and their license expiration dates. So all those are automated for you.
Oh, nice.
We also have there's times when you need to communicate with your team. So we have a blast team feature. So you can text or email everybody in your brokerage, or if you have different groups of agents you want to communicate with, then you can create labels. So maybe you have like a heavy hitter group or a new agent group. So you can send out texts or emails to those specific segments of agents as well. And then also retention reminders. So if you hadn't had some kind of a touch with an agent in the last 30 days, it'll put a reminder in the system to remind you to reach out in some way. So on the retention side, these features will help your agents be successful. They'll stick around, and all these processes are automated, which will save you tons of time.
For example, if an agent signed up a couple months ago, but any leads we give them, he kind of dropped them, and he kind of not responsive. He don't even pay monthly fee. How do we deal with that?
So one thing is we've got an onboarding campaign that you can set to trigger automatically. So this is going to be a combination again of emails, text messages, phone calls. So you can put those reminders in these follow-up communications as well. That's the onboarding and retention side here is basically communication tools. It doesn't have the ability for you to collect payments or store documents or anything, but having something automatically go out to remind them would help. And especially if it's getting close to when that's due, you can send out those text messages, right? Or you could even create your own campaign of just text messages and, 10 text messages go out in the 10 days leading up to their due date, something like that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I suspect he just found full-time job and he just keeping licensing. So what to deal with those agents who is, like they just there to keep up license, but they're doing something else.
right.
So
Well, I
this
mean, that's kind of a personal choice. Some brokerages just
don't
hire
don't
them. Yeah, just don't have them. Or I've heard of brokerages also, they have another separate brokerage that's just for referrals. So if someone wants to keep their license active in case someone refers them business.
But I mean, if they at least pay monthly fees, right? But then they kind
It
of
depends on it depends on this kind of commission structure of the brokerage. Some brokerages it's a split and it's just if they do a transaction they pay something. Others have monthly fees like you guys do. So it depends.
So how you deal with those if you know they are like that? Is it separate campaigns for them still to keep in touch, right? Somehow.
Yeah, that's what I would do is just have campaigns that teach it and keep in touch with those folks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So getting the right people on board that are producers already is the best way to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on whether you can pull that data to have that production information or not. So you'd have to look into that locally there as to whether you can get that data.
Yeah, typically you can even see they have listings or not, this kind of thing. So if I cannot pull data, but I kind of look at their website and see how many listings they have.
So if you have a bunch of them at a time, you can load it in a CSV file. And our CSV file has a field for those production metrics. So if you can find them, you can put those in there. If you're entering a contact manually, so like one at a time, again, you could just put those fields in there as you're loading that, as you're typing that data into the system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But this kind of data, how much money cost to process one deal, you don't have those. Like in America, for me, interesting how much they.
Oh, to get the data from the broker metrics or market view broker, you mean? Those tools range anywhere from $200 to $300 a month to be able to pull that data easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just Canada has a lot stricter privacy laws and stuff. So there's no companies like that up there except for maybe that RE Datum, which I'll do some research after the call and let you know if I can remember
Like
that.
maybe even American expertise or data will help to understand what it is have to be, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's one company.
Ну, то есть можно оборот выбирать, да, и это.
Да. Ну, можно тоже его писать. Так само.
Мгм. Ну, по крайней мере, то, что